This ain't rock and roll. This is
Regicide?
Regicide. Thank you very much. Welcome to the place where we... What is regicide? Is it just killing off people named Reggie or what?
No, not people named Reggie. It's the killing of a monarch.
Ooh, I'm all for that.
All right.
Not our monarch, Eric.
No, definitely not that.
That would be
one.
illegal. It'd be illegal to say that.
Like Franz Ferdinand.
You want to kill that whole band? Yeah, boom.
No, I really like their music. No.
Why?
Dan, we're gonna you're gonna have some surprises when you move to our Patreon, where I talk about music I like.
Oh, actually,
It's all Franz Ferdinand.
Why is it?
It's the only band I like.
I just don't. I don't understand Franz Ferdinand. I don't like. They have that one song, right? They're like.
I don't get them either.
I mean, I
just know I like that album.
That album's fine.
Yeah, because there are a couple songs that are really good.
They exist to me in that same place as like the Scissor Sisters, where it's like,
oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to comprehend that they have more out than that. Sort of like Garbage too, where it's just like, oh, I guess they did do more.
Yeah. Garbage is like, oh, I like the couple songs,
and I'm not really curious about it.
I think that's it. I think that's the main point. Is I'm not curious to hear more, but I like the one, or the two, or the five, whatever.
Yeah. As you can
guess,
I'm
Eric.
Oh yeah, and I'm Dan. And as you can guess from the discussion, this is the show where we talk about David Bowie music. And I don't know why my screen, my what's happening with this slideshow?
Tracks. Oh, it's going away.
Yeah,
we need to post these presentations again for our patron.
Oh, it's my damn thing. My mouse wheel is dirty.
Oh, you should lick it clean.
Mouse wheel. I have licked it clean. I've tried rubbing alcohol like you're supposed to, and it just doesn't seem to work. So we might go mouseless. Let's go mouseless. Okay.
Oh.
Good thing I have a touch
You have
screen.
to move the cursor with your mind?
Well, I have a touch screen. Thank God.
Oh. Well,
like the future.
I would prefer the mind.
Well, we can pretend. How about this? I will make the motions, and you can pretend that I don't have a touch screen.
No, you don't need to make motions. It's your mind. Daniel.
Yes.
Daniel Linkletter Presley. Pressler, not Presley.
No, Pressler, Linkletter, Pepsi.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Yes. Right. Welcome back to Bowiesplaining. This is Scary Monster Side B. I'm just going to let you know now, Bowie fans, you might not enjoy this episode because of things that I have to say, or you might enjoy it a lot. I have no idea because, as we discussed in the previous episode, I approached this album with the point of view of like, I really want the Berlin trilogy. And I feel like this is like the bridge to the bad stuff, even though it has good stuff on it. And then
great stuff on it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I took a deeper look into it and into my soul and thinking about it and having conversations with imaginary friends about it. And I
like Vicky?
Well, like Bowie bot and
okay.
Basically I've come around to a very new place with this album.
Dan, did you know?
Yes.
Did you know that? Okay. Q. Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Where we going?
Some
we go
British
Eric.
thing named Q named this album one of the 100 greatest British albums ever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Q is.
I clicked on it. Oh no.
That's like Canadian, right?
No, it's British.
Oh well, so Canadians.
It's the same thing. Based in London, language English. Oh wow, that's a delightful treat.
Eric, remember this isn't a test, but as I always like to do on our Side B episodes, what did we learn on Side A?
Side A, that's the thing. I wanted to listen back to it and I didn't have time, but really it's one of those things that's been kind of stuck in the back of my head. Like, this is like punk-ish realm, and that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's possibly a response to punk-ish.
Right. And the main thing that I really latched onto with this one is that people were making money off of doing the Bowie thing.
Right.
And
They were doing
Bowie
the Bowie.
said, why not Bowie?
Right.
That's the main one.
That is kind of the main one. And I think another piece that I possibly didn't get into as much was that with this album, it's the end of the contract. There's less legal baggage.
Yeah, we're leaving RCA behind.
Bad Tony's out of the picture. The divorce is finalized.
But so much more good Tony.
Yes. Well, for now.
Oh, no.
Well, I told you. He goes away after this one for a while, but he comes back.
Okay.
He's sober and
Scream like a
functioning.
baby.
He's learning to, behave like a normal ass adult. He has full custody of
But
his
he's
kid.
also bringing back the mime thing, so...
He's bringing back the mime thing, but I have things to say about that as we get into this. So if you want to hear more about that and hear more about spiral logic and all sorts of ridiculousness that I think kind of make this album make a lot more sense, that is on Side A, and you can listen to that.
I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, me too.
Because, Bowie's doing something different, but he's sticking to his roots, kind of. I don't know.
It's an interesting... It's almost as though, and I don't think this is intentional, it's almost as though this album could be his final album if he wanted it to be. And I think at the end of the contract... He wanted to
go back to drugs and die.
Well, I think at the end of the contract, it makes sense to kind of think about, like, well, I don't know, this contract kind of sucks and it's the only contract I know, so maybe I don't really want to do more. Who knows?
Huh. Okay. Yeah.
So, getting into some tracks, and it begins. Unless, Eric, do you have anything more to say?
Well, I just want to say, when I react with things like, oh no, it's because Dan presented images that I wasn't prepared for.
Right.
Even though I've seen these. It's just I didn't expect him to put it on, because most of the words on this are not real words.
True. And the ones that are real words are there mainly to remind me of things. But as we've talked about...
Please remember to talk about the tracks.
Well, and also I just like transitions. I like... this has also been a fun experiment in generative imagery and text and whatnot. So
you need to teach the AI about star wipes.
Ooh, that's
star wipe.
I'll think about that. I'll think about what we can do there.
That means, listener, that means he won't. He's right.
No, that means I'm going to come up with something that is the aesthetic equivalent to a star wipe, but able to be
we
done.
We don't post this to most people unless you pay us.
Yeah, you can pay us $2, one for each of us.
Yeah,
on our Patreon.
And that's not a great promise, because we haven't posted these slideshows for a few months.
Don't tell them that. Well, I haven't made them, to be fair.
Oh, okay. True.
Okay, so here we go. Eric, I'm going to let you please start, because once I start, well, you know how it works.
Dan wants to not monologue this time. And I'm like, I don't know what to think about this, because when he says he doesn't want a monologue, that means he has things to say.
Right. Yeah.
And that means I'm not sure what I should be thinking about this.
Yeah, just go into it. That's
I've
fine.
listened to this album, as usual, many, many times. It's one of the only albums I've listened to for months.
And you said that you like this album, and that's not a surprise to me. Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah. I figured you might.
Okay.
And that's not like a There's a lot about this that when I was re-listening to it, I'm like, I think that fits with
Yeah.
kind of Eric's whole thing.
Okay.
So we
Eric's whole
begin.
thing where he doesn't like good music,
No, no, that's not what I
says
mean.
Dan.
I just don't understand some of the music that anyone likes, like the jazz thing. To me, jazz is ambient music, and that's it.
Dan doesn't like jazz.
I don't.
Um,
I think it's an inside joke that is cruel to the listener, much like Wes Anderson. Um,
wow, both things that I like.
you're not look.
Those are the two things that I like.
The only two things.
The only two things. Thank you, Dan.
All right, it's no game number one or part one or whatever they call it.
Yeah, one. It's
Okay,
no game.
you turn on you open up what medium are you listening to this in again?
I mean, I've been listening to it on Apple Music, but also on Tidal
Oh,
because I invested in some good headphones and some good like the open ear, where you get to hear like the better stuff.
wow.
Yeah, and yeah, you know what? I really it sounds good. Like the sound quality is great on these remasters, even though they're a few years old. A few. What is the
The
2017?
To be fair, anyone who's more trained into the Ryko disc release, and I haven't touched this for a while. I forget which album it was that really benefited from the remaster. I think it was either Space Oddity or Man Who Sold the World, or both, maybe. This one, to my ear, and I'm not an audiophile, like, so I could be. I'm just for my ear, it's
Okay.
not all that different. But as you were saying, so
Okay.
you put on your fancy headphones.
I put on my fancy headphones that Dan has now declared to be a waste of my money and time.
Yes. Um,
And you know what? Sounds pretty good. I have deliberately not looked up what the woman is saying in Japanese.
oh,
I have
that's
seen that
interesting.
she's an actress.
Yes.
I have not looked up her actressography,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like that might be a portion of this. And you talking about like David Fripp, okay, yeah, Fripp is fripping out. David Bowie, so one of my notes is David Bowie can't possibly sustain screaming like this for too long.
Yet he does.
There's an awful lot of it. So lyrics, it might help if I looked up the Japanese parts, but you know what? There's some stuff going on that seems vaguely relevant to today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fascism,
Yeah.
torture, ignoring the past. You know, how does that relate to today, Dan? How does it relate to today?
I actually think that this track. So there's this track, and the last track is the second part to this. So they're like bookends,
Uh-huh.
and
That's how those work, yeah.
yes, and I think that this track is a lot of this album invites you to misunderstand things or to take things at face value. And I think It's No Game is basically a clue that the entire album is him playing a bunch of games on us.
Oh.
Um,
Reverse psychology. All right.
yeah. We could look at. So there is
Oh
something
no, he's
interesting.
already abandoned his slides. Listen.
There is something interesting about the language used in this when the lady speaks.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're aware that there are different dialects in Japanese.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a lot of gendered things going on there. And I guess if I'm remembering correctly, her direction was to use the sort of dialect that a samurai would have used.
Okay.
So there's some differences where it says, let's see. So good morning, as you can, come on. Basically, if you greet someone, uses "Are you in a
For
pleasant
the
mood?"
listener, please read Dan's screen right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't really. So okay, so like, how are you? Instead of saying "How are you," a samurai would say, "Are you in good health?" Or instead of saying "I am okay," they would say like "Worry is needless" or something like that. Um, the way that they would refer to themselves is different. It's a lot more like heightened.
Okay.
So the actress that you speak of um, was speaking in this dialect that was previously almost like forbidden to her.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So like that much samurai is like no, 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 no.
yeah. Because that's reserved.
Only
That's
man.
reserved for, yes, only men, and only men who are of a certain class
Okay.
and a certain standing. We're able to use that dialect. So,
So it's a big deal that she's not only speaking in it, but she like ends up shouting it at
well, yeah,
times.
and you can hear it in her where she's just like
It's
she gets pissed
defiant.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it. I don't know
yeah.
what she's saying, but I'm like, I'm in for whatever she's saying.
Let's see. Let's see. Um, it's no game. I think it's just the lyrics in Japanese.
Well, I've seen them in Japanese. I haven't like sought out what the actual words are.
It's weird using my touchscreen.
Keep touching
Oh,
it. Oh, touch it again.
um, I guess. Hold on. Let's see the
Yeah, that needs to
translation.
be translated, Dan, because I
Yeah,
don't read kanji, okay?
this is an
I'm
interesting thing that
sorry,
it's
it's a
doing.
shameful aspect in my life.
Let's see. Searching Google. That didn't help.
More kanji.
Translate.
Oh, oh,
Nope.
oh,
Nope.
he's going for it.
Okay.
He's doing the Google Translate.
So if the
Thank you to
first, if
our
yeah,
benefactor.
according to the first chunk, it is just the same stuff. So I'm gonna run the second group through, and if it's the same again, then we'll just
No
assume
more
it's the
free
same.
steps to heaven. Okay, interesting. Okay.
I'm shut out of reality. I don't know what's going on. Where's the lesson? People are getting there. Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
same thing.
essentially the
Oh,
same.
oh, well, I mean, that's only a little disappointing.
Yeah. I so
But she
the
adds such an energy to that track.
oh God, yeah. And
Right.
I could be wrong here, but the way he sings "No More" almost makes to my ear the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh no, he's doing Japanese. He's doing like white Japanese stuff." But it was just a moment, um, and I wonder if it's on purpose or not, or maybe I'm just an asshole. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
barred from the
possibility.
event. I really
Yeah.
don't understand the situation. Documentaries on the refugees couples against the target, throw a rock against the road and it breaks into pieces. Draw the blinds on yesterday, and it's all so much scarier. Improper grammar, but I'll allow it. Put a bullet in my brain and it makes all the papers. Uh,
So death is more interesting than just wrestling with your stuff.
yeah, but I would
Hmm.
argue, what sort of death are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, there's fascism, there's torture. We're ignoring the past,
Right?
and yeah, I guess during this, if we're going to frame it that way, then what does that mean if you're going to be assassinated or do it yourself?
Okay. Okay.
DIY assassination.
Yep. Yeah. There are other words for that, but I feel like we'll get canceled if we use them.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't want to talk about that. But
So I agree with what you're saying, and I think that there's a lot of things in here that invite a lot of different readings. And the place that I went with this eventually was this is, and I'm not saying I'm right. It's just this is the take that I've on pretty much the entire album. I have this sort of take with where here we are, end of the contract, clean, sober. He's actually like spending time writing these songs rather than just like pissing them out in a couple
right.
takes, which
Here are
nothing
some
wrong with
words
that.
I have in my face.
Right. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but it's just like this is more intentional. And I definitely think to be insulted by this fascist is so degrading. I agree. Um, I think that when you talk about death, I think that yes, there is all that other stuff, but I also think that because this is the album that it is, we're talking about the death of the Bowie that we have known and the Bowie that he has known.
Yeah, we've gone through a few albums of experimentation,
Yeah.
more than a few. I mean, if you even go beyond the Berlin trilogy, you're getting into, hey, why don't we do R&B?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Luther Vandross,
Well,
join
and
me.
I think that if you, especially if you look at or listen to interviews with him around this time, he was really saying a lot about how, yeah, I've needed these masks, I've needed these characters, but I'm really interested in the idea of just being myself now.
Okay.
And I think for a lot of times, and I talked about this in Side A a little bit, whoever he is, that kind of becomes the new mask because if he doesn't wear it as a mask, we're not going to trust it as sincere because that's what we're used to from him.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Kind of?
Here, let's go back to the spiral thing. Going back to the spiral logic.
Okay.
So, the pharmacist analogy, if you remember,
Right.
patients trust the label. They want to believe what's inside is exactly what it says. You're the professional. You know it's more complex. Generics differ. Interactions shift. The intended treatment isn't always the received effect. So if you hand someone a bottle named Relief, but it contains something that causes discomfort, only because that discomfort reveals the root issue, they come back angry, but then they later realize that it worked, and that's what makes it work. It's spiral logic. The label is a mask, the medicine is a contradiction, but the cure is real, but it makes you question what you thought healing would look like. Or going back to Scary Monsters as spiral logic. It's album. Bowie is removing the mask, but in order to do so, he must first be aware that you only want to see the masks, be aware of what masks you think he is wearing, know that being sincere will be met with skepticism, so he must then make sincerity itself feel like a performance, wear the mask the wrong way, and invite you to see the cracks in your own expectations. And only then, if you're willing to follow him, he takes the mask and he turns it around, showing you not just what was behind it, but what he saw while he was wearing it. So again, for a lot of this, I'm not asking for agreement. This is just what I saw in this round.
Right.
And I think that this track basically gets us to this place where he's saying shit's going to get weird. Not everything is going to be how it seems. But hey, here's a cool song with Robert Fripp.
Right. It's got pleasant music. I mean, yeah, obviously Robert Fripp is there fripping out. And like it's pleasant to listen to. And his screaming, Bowie's screaming makes you go, should I be listening closer to the lyrics?
Yeah, and I think that's the idea. I think it's
Yeah.
basic. It's inviting you to get in closer only so that he could potentially dick slap you.
Right. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and he's a smart guy. All of his
Oh,
people
yeah.
are smart people. We've talked about this before. It's just we're leaning into it. We're going for it this time. We're not experimenting. We're doing something that is, in some ways, I don't even know if this is the prevailing musical style at the time. Because we've talked about like punk and pre-punk and post-punk. I think he's just doing stuff, but it's in some ways commercial. Because this was a hit, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a hit in the UK, not less of a hit in America. But yeah, I think that also social politically, he was looking at this shift around us, which we'll get into with the next track.
Yeah.
Looking at this shift politically and socially. I mean, it's like 1979, 1980. So a lot was changing. Like media was changing, music was changing, uh, politics, society, a lot was just getting stirred up. And
Yeah.
I think I think that combined with the sort of personal stakes that he was feeling at the time, which was, I think, less urgent than it has ever been, where he could just like step back and go, okay, here's my take on this.
Right.
I think that's that's the energy that this album comes from.
He's in recovery, but
He's
that
in
doesn't
recovery, but it's
mean
not fresh.
right. Right. Yeah.
Like he is recovered, but just like any addict, he's always going to be in recovery. So we move on to Up the Hill Backwards. It'll be all right. Ooh. I
Oh.
have thoughts on
Yeah.
this, and I want to be careful how I present these thoughts because of certain conversations that we've had.
Are you
But
worrying about like insulting me or insulting
I'm worried
some of your
about
folks?
no. I think that you'll understand when I get there. There's a conversation we had recently relating to politics that weren't about you, but that you, I think, took in a personal way that I'm going to revisit some of that, but
Oh, you
it's
mean
not
the
a
thing
personal
where
thing.
I vowed to hate you forever?
Yes, that.
Yes. Okay.
Um, so before we get into
That's
that,
why we don't do this show anymore.
right? What were your thoughts? Like, give me initial thoughts and also later thoughts.
I mean,
Thoughts.
one of the main thoughts is I'm okay, you're so so.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that's something you would latch onto. But yeah, you know what? What why does this have nothing to do with us if someone can grasp it? Like that's kind of what I'm going for. Like what is he going for in these lyrics if they mean something? If they mean something. Like someone can grasp it, but what is everybody else talking about?
So
That's
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm going with that one.
yeah, and musically, this one is deceptively dense, I think.
Musically, it's almost a little boring and plotting
Right.
in some ways because
But
it's
then
got that kind of follow-up energy coming off of the first song that's so
right.
like dynamic and like bam 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 and then ends up with shut up and then it
However,
goes into ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, ba, da.
very
Like it's all
misleading.
happy and everybody's singing together in chorus.
Yeah. I one of the more recent listens, I was like trying to follow parts of the beat and the drums, and I was like, "Oh no, this is a mess. There's everything's falling apart in certain places." Like it feels steady, but then there are certain places, especially with the snare drum, where it's just like, "What are you doing?"
So you're talking about like the changes in time signature
Yeah, yeah. I
throughout.
guess
Yeah.
that's what people call that. Um,
That's what musicians call it. I mean, I'm just saying.
I have no ear for that. I just feel it, I guess, which is not that's not a flex at all. That's the opposite.
Well, when you pointed out, I'm like, huh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but
But
I guess maybe that feels more revolutionary to me because I'm not a prog person.
well, and that's a prog thing, and that's also a jazz thing. Like that's
Yeah.
Dave Brubeck, who was like, "I'm gonna screw up everybody's minds by going in this time signature and then changing it randomly." Like
Okay, that's fair.
that's a jazz thing where you're saying you need to keep up, okay?
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
this is our statement. And Dave Brubeck was not a lyricist. This is like musical jazz. This is saying, here's something that will make you go, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand. Because yeah, that was the whole thing. There was jazz has always been a very loose definition, and then to have somebody come in and say we're going to go very straightforward, but it's going to be ba-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da, ba. Like all of these songs just were not quite fitting what you wanted to hear, what you expected to hear.
But
It
just
was
by
still
a
pleasant,
bit. Yeah. Okay.
but
That
if
makes
you
sense.
really sat down and looked at it, you'd go, oh, this isn't for people who are like musicians at the time. I'm sure it was like a wait a second, he's doing something weird. These days, it's not that weird.
Right.
Like you're talking about with Up the Hill Backwards. There are some times where what did you say 7/8, and it changes. And if you sit down and go, okay, yeah, like I hadn't thought about it, maybe because like it just made sense to me, but you pointing it out made me go back and say, oh, that is slightly unsettling to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Like 7/8 is not a thing. That's not a normal thing. Yeah, it's just, and it's not upsetting. It's just different,
Right.
and it's close enough where if you had paused just a half a second more, it would have been normal.
Yeah,
Normal time signatures.
there are spots where the snare is just like it's like running from you. It's
Right.
like nope,
Yeah.
no,
And they're
no,
just
over
pushing
here
it a
now.
little bit to
Yeah,
make it just a little unsettling. And that's awesome. I love that stuff.
yeah, I love it too. The vacuum created by the arrival of freedom and the possibilities it seems to offer. I mean that right there.
Right. Oh, yeah.
um,
But yeah, it's got nothing to do with you if
if one
one
can
can
grasp
grasp
it,
it.
yep, it's got nothing
And,
to do
and
with you if one can grasp it. I think we're going to be doing a lot of lyrical stuff with this album, if you don't mind. A series
oh,
of
no,
shocks.
that's fine because that's where it is on this one.
Yeah,
I've been
no,
looking at the
you're
lyrics and trying to like grasp something. Oh, well,
a series
I'm
of
only
shocks. Sneakers
using the
fall
word grasp
apart.
because
Earth
it's on the
keeps on
screen.
rolling. Witnesses falling. Up the hill backwards. It'll be all right. While we sleep, they go to work. We're legally crippled. It's the death of love. More idols than realities. I'm okay. You're so so. Um, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, he's going for something. It's just such a laid back song where you're like, you don't have to grapple with anything if you don't want to. But maybe
Yeah.
that's him challenging you to say, but you really kind of should.
Um, Eric, please don't take any of this personally. I,
Damn it, Dan.
I know that
I'm
you're
off the
trying.
show.
I appreciate the I yes, this isn't just please don't take this the wrong way. Oh, hold on. Got to turn the sound on, and that's not.
The moderates would
Nope.
understand,
Nope.
and that
Nope.
we would have great
Nope.
allies in our struggle
Oh, I need
from
my mouse.
the so-called
Hold on.
moderates.
Hold on.
But
Okay. Here's what I think of when I hear this song. And I don't know if the audio is going to do what it does anymore, but I'll deal with it in post.
Well, then I'll just be.
No, I don't want. I mean, if you actually are quiet, that's fine, but I don't want that to be what we do. Listener, I'm about to play for Eric a clip where Dr. Martin Luther King talks about his sort of viewpoint about white moderates and some issues there.
This
If
is
you wanna
where
know more,
Dan
look it
thinks
up.
he's judging me.
No, I'm not at all. I want to make it very clear that I'm not. This is just part of my viewpoints come from.
In the moderates in the white community, feeling that the moderates would understand and that we would have great allies in our struggle from the so-called moderates. But in recent years, I've come to see that these are often the people who stand in the way of progress because they are committed only in a lukewarm manner. And every time you move to try to solve the problem, they will respond by saying, you're moving too fast, you ought to cool off, you should put on brakes. And they end up more devoted to order than to justice, and are more devoted to maintaining a sort of negative peace, which is merely the absence of tension, than gaining a positive peace, which is the presence of justice in the moderates.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement.
Yeah. So, and hopefully that clears up some of the other stuff we've talked about.
No, you still owe me $20. That has nothing to do with it that day at the racetrack.
So when I hear this song, especially with this re-listening, what I'm hearing is sort of where the Democratic Party finds themselves right now, which is, hey, everything's fine, but clearly it's not.
No, not at all.
And yeah, there might be this thing going on over there, but it's got nothing to do with you if one can grasp it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is one of those things where it's why I can't completely align myself with any political party, because I don't see anything positive happening out of anybody.
Right. No, I definitely know the feeling.
And I'm in that position where, yes, for me, peace is not having arguments, but maybe that's not perfect. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's not the thing we should be striving for. Like somebody has to do something to. Oh no, the screen is changing in weird ways. But oh no, Dan's hot takes. But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know what to do as a person, as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I can do in my own community, within my own job, within my own realm. These are the things that I can do something with. When it comes to larger ideas, that's something that my wife is yelling at our talk in the background. That's something that I don't know. I don't know what makes a difference as a regular person to be shouting into the void.
Well, and I would argue that is on purpose, not like you are doing it on purpose. I mean, that is a reflection of the system that we're inside of.
And that's, yeah, I get that, because yeah, we've got a two-party system and neither of the parties are very good.
Right. So it is generally, I think this song is about struggle and about feeling that struggle is worth it, even when it feels hard, even if it might be very tempting to sit back. To my ear, he's mocking the aesthetics of rebellion that look radical but do nothing.
Oh yeah, and that's pretty much exclusively what's going on these days.
Yeah,
fight against it, but send a letter.
Yeah, it's all,
a harshly worded letter.
It's all, it's like
No,
when,
no offense against my friends who do such things
hey,
frequently, including my
if that's
wife.
what's
But
meaningful to you, that's great. But once you see the mechanisms that tell you that that is the height of meaning, then it's almost like, why are it, when Target stopped doing their DEI thing,
oh my goodness, yeah.
I had a bunch of people who I had to bite my tongue when they were like, oh, that's it, I can't stand Target. And I'm just like, do you not see that they're like, this performative allyship has always been just performative. Like, through the month of June, they sold all of these, rainbow stuff because you will buy it. But the month of July, they would support, you know, lobbying efforts that would absolutely just melt the LGBTQ community, and it's hard for me to have these conversations with people, mainly because when the people who are legitimately trying and they're trying their best, and then they give me this milquetoast bullshit, I'm just like, oh my God, where have you been? But at the same time,
Well, some of us only have so much time in our lives.
that's totally true. That's totally true. It's like the people are coming around to the I'm just going to call it a genocide in Gaza. People are coming around and they're like, oh my God, this is awful. And it's very tempting to, as somebody who's been saying this for a long time, to grab them and go like, fucking, where have you been? Why have you not seen this? But then at the same time,
yeah.
It's like, oh, of course you haven't seen it because Hasbara exists, because of all these things, because of like, you're not looking for it and you're just following the mainstream narrative.
It to you.
Yeah. And you're not following.
It's not popular enough.
Yeah. And the mainstream narrative is, of course, going to follow what the mainstream narrative is. So it becomes very hard to stop and say like, no, you need to say, okay, even though it's a little bit late, welcome.
Right. And I think that's it. We can't keep judging people for realizing what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, like those children have been starving for an awfully long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. Children are starving to death.
Right.
Didn't we go through this? How many times have we gone through this in different parts of the world?
Enough.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah. And you are familiar with neoliberalism that was coming around at the time with Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, right?
I'm aware of those people, yes.
Okay, here we go.
My goodness.
It's video time.
Liberalism, now that capitalism is the dominant economic system, will always defend the system and protect the status quo. This has always been the case. Martin Luther King described these people as the white moderate, where especially white liberals applaud the progressive movements and revolutions of the past, but reject progressive and emancipatory movements of the present. As an example, liberals rejected the civil rights movement of the 1960s and called gay people mental.
This is just piling on at this point. I thought I had a video about Thatcher and Reagan, but I guess I don't.
Well, that was a pretty good video anyway. Calling homosexuals mentally ill and all of that yes. All the heartwarming trends of the 80s.
Yeah, so that was all going down then, and so that's just sort of
like as somebody who grew up, I know you're a few years older than me, not much, but we both grew up in the 80s, and it was like, oh, this is what's going on. And
right, totally. It's normal.
Right, yeah. This is fine. This is the way we define how things go and economy and stuff. And it took a while until we got into, I mean, it really was probably college.
Yeah.
When somebody said, can you think about it a different way? There was a little bit of that in high school. I had a great government teacher.
Wait, there is a different way?
Right. Like,
I'm
hey.
still listening. I'm just opening a window.
Okay. Yeah, my Hans Baer was my government teacher in high school, and government was not a class that everybody had to take or could take. But he said, I've been voting my entire life since I was able to do so, and I've never voted for somebody who won. And we're like, what does that mean? He goes, just think about that for a little bit. What does that mean to you?
Oh, to me? Are you asking me?
No, like that's what he asked to us. Like, what does that mean? And I think the immediate response was, oh, you don't just vote straight ticket. And he goes, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't align with a party, but what does it mean that I have never sided with anyone who's ever been in power? He was a cool guy. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I think for me it was Dan Loomis at Chaffey Community College, who I don't think listens to this show, but if he does, well,
He probably does. Just shout him out.
Yeah.
Dox him. Give us his address, and for no reason.
Yeah.
We like him.
There were several lectures, and basically one of the big ones that hit me was he said, okay, he pulled out his ATM card, also a debit card, and he said, what happens if the bank no longer takes this? It's like, oh, they can do that, can't they?
Yeah, they could say, because they've done it before.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't take your money away from us.
Right.
It's our money.
Yeah. So yeah, that's up the hill backwards.
We are 2 songs in.
Yep. There's only a few that won't get this deep.
This is a thick one.
It's a very thick one.
It's thick with 2 C's.
It's girthy. It's a grower and a shower.
Oh no.
Eric, what were your thoughts about Scary Bastards and Super Creeps?
Blue eyes and nothing home.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do more lyrics.
She's too hot to be a killer.
Yeah.
It's like, as far as song goes, it's a good song.
Oh yeah.
Like, musically, really good. I like it a lot. Did she decide to be hot and that's why she's not a killer?
So this was the track that when I was doing my, discussions with AI about talking through this, and we landed on this spiral logic idea. The first thing, I think I talked about this in side A.
Yeah.
The first thing that I thought about was, okay, well, applying spiral logic here, Scary Monsters, how is it not a love song, right? It was just the first thing that I landed on, because it's talking about a person that he's saying that he loves her. So that's kind of where I went. And I went, okay, well, it's clearly not a love song because of all these awful things. And then I thought, but how is it a love song? Well, it's very much a love song if the narrator is a psychopath.
And we did talk about that last time.
Yeah. And then as soon as I went there, I was like, oh no, this might actually be that. And then I looked at the lyrics. She had an aura of room. She was tired, can't hide beat. When I looked in her eyes, they were blue, but nobody home. She could have been a killer if she didn't walk the way she do, and she do. She opened strange doors that we'd never close again. She began to wail, jealousy scream, waiting at the lights, know what I mean. That know what I mean line, that is the fucking hinge point to me, where it's like that fucking creepy ass dude. It's like, hot, huh?
Yeah. Hey,
you get it?
You get it?
Yeah.
You know that lady.
Yeah.
You know her.
Yeah.
You know her.
Where it's like your only possible response is to go, Yeah.
Yeah, I dated her once. Yeah, it's
where,
fun.
where it's like it's just like like he's so far gone that it's just like it's fucking hot, right?
That's a Monty Python nudge nudge wink wink.
Right, but like a predator.
Right.
Scary
You get
monsters,
it.
super
You
creeps.
guys get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody totally gets it, and I'm not abnormal.
Yeah, check it out.
We're
Hey,
all normal here.
check this out. Like the guy's holding up like the most like disturbing fucking I'm down the rabbit hole of porn picture and I'm like, hey, check this out. And you're like, dude, that we're in line at Target, you know?
Dude, I was discussing something similar to that line over the weekend with friends of friends. So I went to Chicago for a memorial, and it like somehow it got back to, hey, do you remember when this was going on and your friend was really into that? And he's like, guys, you got to see this. Guys, you got to see this. And we're like, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to 31 Flavors and get some ice cream.
Right.
And feel better about ourselves after watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another hands point, she asked me to stay and I stole her room. She asked me for my love and I gave her a dangerous mind. Now she's stupid in the streets and she can't socialize. Well, I love the little girl and I love her till the day she dies.
Not
Basically-
not until the day the singer dies.
No.
Until
no.
the day this person
That
dies.
She dies, yeah.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. He's this guy is the read that I took from I forget the YouTube video, but I watched I went through a lot of things on this. One
You
commenter,
did research?
Yeah, I actually did
Wow.
research. It's funny when
Okay.
I'm not working. They were saying that this is almost like this person, the only way that this person can experience love or connection is by actively ruining another person.
Okay.
And that's not a super controversial take. That is that's
You've
kind
been in
of
this community for a while, yeah.
yeah, that's kind of a universally I want to say universally. It's one of several takes that people kind of go like, it fits. And it's funny, in one of my conversations with AI, it asked, if the narrator's flawed, what about if this was a movie, how would it be lit? And I said, I think it would be like Suspiria, like a Dario Argento film,
Okay.
where it's just like, it's cartoonish, but the cartoonishness also kind of shows you a reality there that is unsettling.
Yeah, it adds to that feeling of being unsettled.
Right.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's not the way real life looks.
Yeah, and I think it invites you to mistake it as like hey, this is the song that they play on the zipper or whatever. But I think the real dread, the real horror is the idea that these people fucking exist.
Right. This is real. We're not singing about something weird that we just made up.
Right. And it's allowed to be fun, but it's also real.
Right.
Which is kind of, I think, where Bowie's really, I mean, I don't know if I'm, like I said before we started recording, if I'm off base, push.
That's why we watch movies like Dario Argento movies, is because he says he like lays things out. It's all of these zombie movies where you go, oh, that's weird. Or Suspiria. It's just like Suspiria is great. Like it's grotesque.
Right.
It's something you don't want to know exists, but you kind of know it does.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like, that's a certain type of horror that people want to engage with because it's experimenting with something that isn't mainstream. It's so far off of mainstream that you don't necessarily want to know that it's real.
Yeah, and that's also, but that's also what makes us go, ooh, what's going on over here?
Right.
But then
Oh, yeah.
when you look over there, there's that guy with the creepy picture going like, check it out.
Right. It's hearing that, you know what, Terrifier 2 made people throw up in theaters and leave. And you're like, I don't want to watch that. I kind of want to watch that.
Or in my case, I don't want to watch that, but I kind of want to read about it.
There you go. That's where I've ended up. I'm like, let me read about what happened, because I don't want to see that personally. I'm sure the special effects were great.
So I speculated, and I don't know how accurate this is, but it kind of holds up. That
Dan, why does that pepper in this picture have sauce coming out of it?
It's Dan's hot takes, and I decided that I wanted to graphically go in a direction of like the worst wine mom ever, and it's hot cakes and a spicy meatball, and it's spicy.
Here's my hot
cakes.
take. You need a font that looks more scripty.
Oh, just wait.
Oh no. Okay, he figured it out.
This is the whole collection.
All right. Continuing onward. Oh no, it's the same song.
So I think that it's not just satire. He's definitely playing the creep with unsettling commitment, but I feel like it might also be who he was afraid he would become, and possibly almost became when he was in his drug-fueled mania in LA.
So when he saw the devil scribing something at the bottom of his pool, he went,
yes,
oh, this is too much.
Yeah. And I think that especially being in the industry that he was in and in the, positions of privilege that he was in, I think there's a part of him that is aware that he could have become this person and he would have been able to get away with it. Drug-fueled shell hiding behind fashion and manipulation. It's horror, not just
fashion is 2 more songs from now.
It's horror, not just as a theme, but as a risk. It's like he's saying, this thing I'm mocking, I was almost it. Now I found some clips sort of backing that up.
By the mid-1970s, David Bowie was addicted to coke and living on a diet of red peppers and milk. In fact, he did so much cocaine, he couldn't even remember recording the album Station to Station, or much of 1975 for that matter. One day in Berlin, he was rolling down the street in a beat-up Mercedes convertible, probably coked out of his mind, when he came across his deal.
Speculation.
He was convinced the guy had cheated him, and proceeded to ram into his car repeatedly in broad daylight. In Bowie's words, I rammed him for a good 5 to 10 minutes. Nobody stopped me. Nobody did anything. Bowie still wasn't done. He raced around a hotel parking lot for a while and eventually let go of the steering wheel. At that very moment, the car ran out of gas, possibly saving his life. The experience served as the inspiration for the song Always Crashing in the Same Car. In this case, it really was a side effect of the cocaine.
Guess that's a little song.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
that reminds me so much of
living in Los Angeles.
Angie finding that glyph burned into the bottom of a pool. Perhaps Angie knew what she was talking about.
And here's him talking about living in Los Angeles.
In the 70s has often been described as a lost or depressed period for you, if not dominated by cocaine, then certainly deeply affected by it.
Yeah. Oh, just, again, function. I guess, a lot of it had to have been my trying to function behind what really was an extremely shy, reclusive kind of personality that I had. And I kind of probably, like most people who get deeply involved in drugs, it was I felt that it probably helped me break out of my inhibitions. But of course it doesn't. It just throws you into a real quagmire of psychic and emotional hell. Really, it just brings out or creates awful traumas for you. But I had no idea of that, obviously.
Living in
what makes that clip almost confirm what I'm thinking here is he is so reserved and so standoffish when he talks about these things. Like he wouldn't ever say like, oh yeah, this is about me almost becoming a complete nightmare of a person. Instead, he would be like, well, it gets hard sometimes and people do things and I'll let you fill in the blanks.
Teehee.
Teehee. Yeah. Um, yeah. My take on this song, oddly enough, is that I've spent so much time not liking it that much that it's hard for me to fully like it. Does that make any sense?
Well, yeah, if you made your decision long ago that you don't like this thing, then I get it. It's hard to come back around, even when you're looking at it clinically or podcastily, where you're trying to defend it a bit, but you don't have to defend it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I recognize that all of these things change how I feel about the song, but it's still just aesthetically, I don't think it's my thing.
It's an odd aesthetic when it comes to the musicality of it. It's that you've got this drive to it that's a little maddening,
Mm-hmm.
and then to have that weird vocal moment of like the like what is making that, because it's unsettling, and I'm sure it's designed to be unsettling.
I believe that's a Fairlight synth.
Okay.
Fairlight was the one where you could record things into it.
Right. And then it would just take that little clip,
Yeah.
and then you could just change the tone of it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like. It's just, the further you get away from the initial clip, the weirder it sounds.
I
Because
think
it's not good at making that tone. It's not like AI or anything.
I think that might be part of my aesthetic issue with the song historically, because it is very 80s in those ways where you can kind of deconstruct it and go, okay, that's what's happening there, that's what's happening there. He has flange on the voice, he has this and he has that. I get lost in that, where all I hear is the too much flange, and I don't stop to think maybe that's on purpose, which I should, to be honest.
Yeah. But hey, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
I don't not like it. It's just not. This song was, I think, the least salvaged, even though I found a lot in it. If that makes any sense.
Where's the album break?
Oh, good question. After Fashion.
After Fashion. Oh, After Fashion. I figured it was after Ashes to Ashes, which we were about to talk about.
Right. And in my headcanon, Ashes to Ashes is the last song on the side.
So you don't like the rest?
No, not at all. That's not it at all. It's just to me, this is the place where, in my mind, it just flips over to another thing. But it's this album, I have listened to this album more in the past month than I think I have ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit about that, and I'm like, that can't be right, what he's saying.
Well, it had never been one that. So the way I felt about this album before was first half makes a ton of sense. I like it. It works for me. And then the second side, it's almost like, why is this here?
Okay.
It's all to me. It sounded like it was all this. The first side was the single, and the second side was just a bunch of B-sides, which that take might still hold up, but I don't think it's a bad thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, because it doesn't hold together quite as well. I agree with you, but I'm trying to figure out, where did I see that some thing said that this was one of the top 500 albums of all time?
Oh yeah. We mentioned, I forget what it was, but I think we talked about it.
It's come up, but I can't remember.
What sort of unlocked this for me, amongst other things, I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, was in having these conversations with the wall, aka AI. I got to a place where it was like, okay, well, what if this is structured like Low and Heroes? and we kind of talked about this in side A, where
Uh-huh.
the first side is songs that kind of make sense as songs and feel like they're of a piece. And then the second side, instead of going into like tonal experimentation, it's more like disoriented, disconnected, story related. Like what if the tone was in song form?
Yeah, because he's done this before. Yeah, we've talked that's what happens on things like Low, where he's like, all right, we got through the songs. Now we're gonna do some tone pieces.
Right.
On the other side.
And I think that with this album, when he goes there, he's almost like resurrecting the stuff that he did back in his like singer-songwriter days with
right.
The Space Oddity, and
it's not weird electronic stuff. It's scream like a baby.
Yeah. It's now I'm going to go into story. The first half is about feeling and about emotion and about connection or lack thereof. Second side is about situations.
Dan, who's Sam?
Oh, we'll get to it.
Okay. All right. I need to take a pause because I need to take a pee.
Okay.
Right.
Listener, that's a cue for you to go ahead and take a pee. I'm going to take a pee as well.
Let's all pee together.
We're gonna see who pees the fastest.
Oh. Yeah.
I think it'll be me because my bathroom's right there.
Yeah. Well, mine's not far away. It's there.
Got it. All right.
But I'll probably talk to my wife for a minute.
Okay. When we come back, we'll find out what Eric talked to his wife about, and we will talk about Ashes to Ashes. Those of you keeping track, and you should, I win.
Ashes to Ashes.
All right,
we are
back. We're back
vocal...
from peeing. For the record, I won the pee contest.
Well, I talked to my wife, so...
I talked to my pee.
I mean, I don't want to make this like a thing. It's like I have one of those.
All right,
this is like saying Disney World is bigger. That's off the table.
That's fair. I have many thoughts about this, so please.
Yeah, you've been leading up to who is Action Man, who is Major Tom.
Please share your thoughts with forgetting all of this. Just your first, your initial, ongoing, all of that.
Just frip it up, okay. I mean, when it comes down to it, is Major Tom the easy answer? Like, is Major Tom the ghosts of Bowie's past?
Do you want to get into your first initial thoughts first, or do you want me to just go into it?
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, so Action Man. I don't have anything solid around this because you've been thinking about this for decades. I've been thinking about this for weeks.
I think one of the reasons I'm trying to pull out your thoughts here. I don't know that you know this, but this song is a very big deal to Bowie fans. So I
do not know that.
They will
that's interesting.
Yeah, they will definitely want to know, like, They're going to want to know everything. So what were you wearing? What did you eat that day? Like this is sort of like the, I'm trying to think of like a Disney parks equivalent. This is almost like, if you didn't have a take, if you didn't have a reaction, that's one thing. But if you're holding back in any way, it would almost be like someone going to Disneyland and being like, yeah, and I saw this thing called Phantasmic. It was pretty good.
I mean, I would never say that because I haven't seen Phantasmic.
But I mean, not to add pressure. I'm just don't feel like you have to like come up with something.
That's interesting. I appreciate you saying that because it's an interesting song in a lot of ways, musically and lyrically, and I don't know what to make of it. And to hear that it's something that is hotly debated makes it even more fascinating to me.
I don't know that it's hotly debated, but it's a big deal. This is
okay.
You know,
it's not like, no, Action Man is Tom Jones.
No. I think that your average person kind of is going to tell you.
We're not talking to average people, are we?
Well, unfortunately. I think that most people, their take on it is this is a sequel to Space Oddity with air quotes because they mention Major Tom.
But that's too easy, right?
Yeah, it definitely invites that surface level analysis of like, oh, he's in space. He's addicted to drugs. That's all it is. And it's referencing his own addiction, and all of those reads aren't necessarily incorrect, but I think there's more to it. But
that feels too easy,
right?
And that's the thing. That's why I've been wanting to talk about this for a while because that's the easy way to go. But I don't know the full. So the full like breadth of this.
The main thing, one of the main reasons why this song is such a big deal beyond the obvious Major Tom connection is I can't believe you haven't seen the video.
I haven't seen any video. I don't watch videos.
No, I know. But this is, I understand that. This video though is
this video right now. I haven't seen it. You and me talking. I have my eyes closed. I'm doing it now performatively.
So here's a clip of him talking about making the video, which we will watch the video. We might need to watch it. We might need to watch it, and I'll just edit it out of the episode. But maybe
but just throw it into the Patreon feed because we need to give back to the two people who are our patrons.
True. There it is.
Where's Mick Jagger?
Clown in this one.
What's that?
Where's Mick Jagger?
I dressed up as a clown in this one. There's me, Ray Cokes, dressed up as a clown. This is a video that I did with David Mallet for a song called Ashes to Ashes, which is on the Scary Monsters album. We went down to the beach and I took a woman down there who looked like my mother. That's the surrealistic part of making videos. And I think it's probably one of the first videos that I actually storyboarded all the way through myself, which means I did all the drawings of what it should look like. I've never done it again. Probably this is the reason. It was a bizarre looking thing. But the clown costume was based on a commedia dell'arte figure, Puro.
Clearly.
Comedy, Renaissance comedy. God, it's educational. That's about a minute's worth, isn't it?
You're familiar with Puro. I think we talked about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about that. And
yeah.
It's interesting when I hear other shows reference David Bowie and they're like, did you know that he had like a mime period? I'm like, duh, come on. Listen to our show. We've been through this.
So I asked in side A why you think there's this mime imagery in it and why specifically Puro.
Uh-huh.
And so before we get into this, just to give the listeners the red meat that they're wanting in terms of just your initial reaction to playing play, listening to the thing. Had you heard this song before, first of all?
No, I've never heard this song. I've
Okay.
never heard anything from this album.
Amazing.
This isn't like oh, I've heard Heroes.
Right.
I don't know the rest of the album.
Because the singles from this album fall into this weird place where, like, if you were in a position to, I don't know how legendary K Rock is, the radio station in LA, but
I mean, I know of K Rock, and we've got similar like stations in Chicago where I grew up.
So, like, if that was your regular, like, radio diet, these songs were, for all you knew, they were singles. It's like, how do you not know Scary Monsters? Everyone knows Scary Monsters, but that's only.
I think that's what's interesting, because like my favorite station, that's how I learned about prog, is because late at night they'd play prog rock. Instead of, like, they'd go from the classic rock station where they'd play, you know, Boston and Chicago and all these things that were, you know, all the stuff that my dad was like, oh, you listen to this? Cool. So that's what I wanted to listen to, because my dad thought it was cool. So I'm like, yeah, I want to listen to that stuff. And then late at night they'd play prog rock. So they'd play Proto-Ka and like all the stuff before Kansas was Kansas,
right?
And they'd play King Crimson, and they'd play Flower Kings. Like, they'd go into more recent prog just cause. But yeah, like late at night it would become prog. But I never heard any Bowie. I don't remember hearing any Bowie. For some reason in Chicago, Bowie wasn't a thing. I'd hear more Steely Dan than Bowie.
Well, and I think the other piece to this song specifically is, if you grew up watching music videos at this time,
which I did
or
not.
around this time, this
was
one of the videos where you're like, what the fuck? This is awesome. I need this.
Huh. I should talk to my wife, who did watch a lot of music videos. I never watched any music videos. Whenever anybody references it, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't watch YouTube now. I didn't watch MTV then.
Yeah, no, this is one of those where it's like, it's one that, if you watched a lot of music videos, this was one that was definitely, if you didn't like it, it was like, oh, I remember that one.
The only music video that I can recall becoming like a thing amongst my friends was "Come to Daddy" by Aphex Twin.
I know about that one,
which we watched a lot.
You know what? We're gonna watch the video. I'm gonna cut this part out of the episode, and we're gonna
trademark reasons.
Well, just because, for audio reasons and trademark reasons. I think that, I don't know if this will add to it's one of those videos that adds so much to the song that it's hard to not have it available as part of the discussion. And we'll re-record a response for the Patreon. I want this to just be you watching the video without feeling like you need to create content.
Okay. I'll suppress the urge to create content.
Right. So anything.
We're all broken.
Okay, so I'm gonna not really press pause. I'm not gonna press anything. But as far as the listener knows, I'm pressing pause on the recording, and we will be back on the other end of the Ashes to Ashes video, and that's it. We're back. Eric watched the Ashes to Ashes video. He looks perplexed.
That was dense.
Yes.
Dense is the word I would use.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's
okay.
No, that's a normal reaction. Almost anyone that I have seen react to it or talked with about this video, and not that it adds or takes away anything from the conversation or analysis. It's just, it's possibly one of the only videos, and this is just according to a lot of people, that actually makes the song better.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
And I like the song a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a good song. I love the bass line, but like that boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom. There's a lot of cool music happening in it. And I love the bridges where it's like, I've never done bad things. I've never done bad things.
And then he goes, whoa, whoa.
Right. All that stuff is really
it's
fun.
Awesome. And then what's cut from the single version is the.
There's so much weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does reference Major Tom. So of course you're thinking back to his roots, like his biggest song,
right,
from the old days.
I'm gonna unload here's what I have sort of.
Are we? Quick break here.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to definitely leave this in? Are we gonna have to do side C?
Are we? Oh wow! It's been a while, hasn't it,
dude? Yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay,
and
so let's finish this. Let's finish fashion, and then
let's finish side A of the actual album.
We'll do side C, because I have many thoughts. So okay,
and I have to work on a show for tomorrow starring you.
Right. So I think the action man is David Jones, and Major Tom is David Bowie.
Okay.
And
Major Tom makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that what we're looking at here is him. When we go to the Pierrot and the mime images, I feel like that's David. The mime is David Jones. That is the person. That is before he became a musician, before he became David Bowie. And,
but he's got sort of details.
Yes. And I think that what he's basically telling us is that, this is, I think, a confession of him saying, okay, I'm going to talk about these struggles that I've had throughout this album. Mm-hmm. I'm going to reference the darker side to everything, but I'm a fame addict, and David Bowie is my source. And I'm not going to apologize for it because that's just who I am. But at the end of the day, even though I try to tell myself I'm going to go do something else, I'm going to go write a book, I'm not going to, follow. I'm not going to, at the end of the day, I can't help it. This is, and not so much a fame addict. I'm a creativity addict, and David Bowie is my source. That's my drug.
Okay.
And yes, there have been struggles, and yes, all of these other things. And yes, I'm going to write, you're going to hear Teenage Wildlife on the next side, and that's going to cover some of the difficulties, and Scary Monsters talked about that. And you saw me through Low, you saw me through the Heroes. You like all of the wounds are very much open and available, but
right.
Honestly,
it's not like he's been hiding this stuff.
Right. But
throughout
honestly,
his career.
The real problem is that I can't help it.
Huh.
And that's not to say that it's a bad thing. It's just I just can't help it. This is who I am. It's what I do.
I get that. Yeah. He's gotten to this point, and this is literally his bread and butter.
Right.
It's not like he's like you and me, where we're like, well, if I stopped podcasting, no one would notice. No one would notice. I know I do 4 podcasts and I have appearances on all sorts of things, but ultimately, no one cares. I'm not I'm not making money off of this. This isn't my career. this is a fun thing I do where I get to talk to people and put out my opinion on things that nobody really cares about or should care about. But yeah, it's a different thing when your entire identity is, I have to be this performance all the time.
Right. And I think it's also, oh God, I had another thought. Oh, by the way, are you enjoying the evolution of hotcakes? AKA hot takes?
Oh, I like what they're doing. Yes. Beep, beep. Oh, sorry. Wrong song.
Let's take a look at some lyrics.
Over Lishane.
Yes. I'm having technical issues. Why want to exit full screen? No.
Yeah, your slides have stepped up lately. We need to share these with the people.
I'm very proud of these.
The people who pay us. $2, one for each of us.
That the I'm happy piece, the chords change to something that's like uncomfortable, even though they're saying, I'm happy, hope you're happy too.
Hope you're happy too. Yeah.
It's according to the analysis that I have, it's F. So the whole thing is in G.
Okay.
I think it's in G minor, one of the G's.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be G minor.
It's okay. So according to my notes here, Space Oddity is A minor. Oh, what? No.
Oh, what is Space Oddity?
G.
We talked about this before.
Space Oddity is A minor GC. And then this piece of Ashes to Ashes is F, B flat, C. Oh, so it major.
Okay.
It becomes major. That's okay. That's what.
Yeah, it goes into major chords during
that moment.
Bridge.
It lies. It goes into a major key for just that one line.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, what I was getting to with the mime thing is that we were talking about, or mainly I was talking about on side A, how this is the removal of the mask. I think that the reason why there's so much mime imagery in this song specifically, but also throughout the album, the design of the album, is because that's David Jones. David Jones is the mime. That's him going back to his roots,
going into mime zone. Commedia dell'arte is
right. That was his first art form, and that was the art form that he did as David Jones. And then David Bowie was an extension of the mime work.
Right. Who are those people with him?
No idea.
Walking in front of the bulldozer.
No idea.
Okay. It's just like, hey, would you like to walk in front of a bulldozer with me?
Basically, yeah.
In my latest video.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's just where I'm at there. And I love the song even more with that framing, where it's just like, oh wow, this is heart-wrenching.
Yeah, because you're right. I'm thinking of the song right now, and I'm thinking of those people.
Yeah.
I don't watch music video. I don't watch any videos. Famously. But yeah, watching that makes me go, what was he trying to... Oh, that just opens up more questions. What was he trying to do? Because I've seen the images of him in the clown mime makeup for this album, where it's like, oh, he's just going back to his roots a little bit. But it's not his musical roots.
No, it's...
Because it's not, the gnome, the leaping gnome. Dancing gnome? Some sort of
laughing gnome. Yeah.
Laughing gnome.
Do you remember a guy that's been in such an early song? I've heard from Ground Control, Oh No, Don't Say It's True. They got a message from the Action Man, and I'm saying that is David Jones. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. I've loved all I've needed love, sordid details following. The shrieking of nothing is killing. Just pictures of Jap girls and synthesis. I ain't got
Just
no
pictures of
money and
Jap
I ain't
girls
got
and
no
synthesis.
hair.
I ain't got
I'm
no
hoping
money, I got
to
no
kick,
hair.
but this planet is
I'm hoping to
glowing.
kick, but the planet is glowing.
Ashes to ash, funk to funky, Major Tom's a junkie. Here's where I'm saying he's saying that we know that David Bowie is the person strung up in that video.
Right.
Like he's basically
yeah,
he's just milking material out of this character.
right. He's trying to get out of it. He hasn't gotten out of it fully.
Right.
Because even though he hasn't been doing it, maybe he hasn't been doing it. I don't know.
I think it's almost like saying that, like, okay, you love David Bowie and that's fine, but what you need to know is that I, David Jones, is fucking milking this guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The stuff that he has done, he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's worried that he'll go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where his creativity comes from.
Yep.
Is that he's worried that maybe that's all he is.
I'm stuck with a valuable friend.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy. Hope you're happy, too. Goes back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Like they're in a fucked up relationship, but they're okay with it, I think.
Right.
I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I've never did anything out of the blue. Basically, like David Jones, he didn't really do any of it.
Right.
But at the same
that
time,
wasn't him. That was his valuable friend.
Right.
Oh, no. Wow.
Yeah.
This schizophrenic rant in a song.
Yep.
Wow. A really good song.
It's when I started thinking on these in this direction and I listened to the song again, I was just like, and I'm an easy mark when it comes to, I listeners will eventually hear this in me. I've been trying to keep it under wraps, but I'm sure not enough or not as much as I think.
Wait, you're not a capitalist?
That I tear up easily at like good art, at things that are like meaningful and effective.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so it's not necessarily sad. I mean, I'll still tear up at sad things, but when I listened to this song again with that in mind, it was just tears running down my face because I'm like, oh my God.
It's the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's when a story really hits.
Mm-hmm.
It's listening to anybody's story where they say, and this is why I did this awesome thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the same way where you, like, I can't recount it to somebody because I'm going to tear up. I'm going to lose it.
Yes.
Listening to it, I almost lose it. But
yeah. Yeah. And side C, I'll probably go there a little bit with Teenage Wildlife and Scream Like a Baby. But so, okay, that's Ashes to Ashes. We got Fashion. I don't know. I mean, not to...
Bop.
It's a good song, but it
is.
I feel like it belongs on Lodger.
That's a fair assessment. One of my comments: are people on roller skates? Beep beep.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure there's. I'm sure that there are a lot of things to say about it, and I'm sure that, like, I feel bad as like an anti-capitalist and as a Bowie fan and all of these things that, like, it to me it's kind of just a good catchy song, which it's allowed to be.
Yeah,
and I know that
why not have a catchy song that's just a catchy song?
Well, and I know that there's layers of appropriation in there. I know that there are layers of dehumanizing in general, how fashion reduces us all to a target market and a product.
Yeah. We do the dance there, but not over here.
Right.
Like, oh, but the fun thing is over there. We don't actually do that here. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I get it.
It's just it comes right after a song that is fucking killer.
Right. So dense and so laden with purpose. And then it's like, yeah, the first line, there's a brand new dance. I don't know its name.
Yeah. I think
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the dance's name is. Who cares?
Some fun facts here are it was going to be a song called Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica.
And there's just that. I feel like
Bop.
Yeah, and I think that it could have been a ska tune if you crank up the BPM a little bit and make all of the backing vocals into horns.
Yeah, and you gotta go on the off beats.
Yeah. There's a brand new dance, but I don't know its name. People from Bad Homes do again and again. It's big and it's bland, full of tension and fear. Do whatever here, there, but don't do it here. Fashion, turn to the left. I mean, there's clear references to fascism. Listen to me, don't listen to me, talk to me, don't talk to me, dance with me, don't dance with me.
That's the part that I wanted to talk about. Like, the chorus is so interesting. Listen to me, don't listen to me. Talk to me, don't talk to me.
And what I also find interesting, so the placement of this could actually be on purpose because it possibly is meant to feel thrown away. And I think that chorus kind of takes me there because the chorus itself doesn't even feel like a chorus.
Yeah, it's almost a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think the true chorus is ooh bop bop
right.
bop 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 bop.
Which is the least meaningful part.
Right.
Yeah, I it's almost like,
what's he going for? Like, what is this something that was supposed to be somewhere else? Was this released as a single?
It was a single, yes. In fact, it was a minor hit.
It feels like a single.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
No, it's good. It goes into that place, and I hate that I use this analogy so much, but it's a good analogy to use. It's sort of like the Dark Knight Rises versus Dark Knight, where it's like, I mean, it's good. It's good. If only that came out, we'd have a whole conversation about it. But because this other thing exists that is just like so phenomenal, it's almost just like, oh yeah, then there's that.
Whoops. Okay. I guess you could watch that one too if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and it's not to say that it's bad. It's just, and it's almost like it's one of those. And this isn't a critical thing. It's like you either get what it's saying or you don't. It's, there's culture appropriation. There's, the fascism, tyranny of fitting in, all of those things, all the things that we can rightfully apply to the consumer culture and the 80s and all of those things. That's all right there. But the song kind of just places it on the table and goes, there, see it?
Here it is. Yeah. What is fashion? I don't know, but I'm in.
Right.
That's literally in my notes. I'm not sure what it is. We're in for it. Like that's it. It's not making a judgment. It's not detailing anything. It's just saying, beep beep.
Oh, I think it's definitely making a judgment, but it's also kind of saying, like, we're kind of all playing this game, so
right, we're all in it. We all get it. It's not that subtle. We're the Goon Squad. Like, we're coming to town. Okay.
It's gross.
Yeah, we're all there.
Yep. Do you like that joke, by the way, about gooning? Are you familiar with the term gooning?
No. I know goon from, like, the aspect of, like, a goon in hockey terms is the dude who's, like, the heavy who will knock you out, and his only purpose in being on the ice is to just knock people over. I'm
gonna look up goon.
Oh
cave.
no, Dan, no, Dan, no, Dan, no. Dan, no.
Now I know that
Dan?
in the song they're talking
No.
about like police squads, but
Right.
I'm
Dan, no.
looking at Goon Cave for
Dan,
Eric.
no. Dan, no. Dan? No. No? I can read what's on the screen? No.
I know. And now
Dan, no.
I'm clicking on what is goon meaning in slang. No, that's not what that means.
Hired
No.
muscle. There we go. That's a goon.
No,
That's
no.
all we need to leave it at. Dan, no.
I'm going to click on what is edging in brain rot.
Dan, you don't need to look at edging. Dan, no.
Okay. Oh,
Thug, hired muscle. Oh, I don't want that guy is into edging.
if you have middle schoolers or high schoolers in your life and you don't know what these terms are, be sure to ask them.
Dan, the amount of times I've heard skibbity toilet in the last few weeks, like, is that still a thing?
Oh, it's totally a thing. It's so
still
not
a
Ohio,
thing.
unless
Wow.
it is.
There
Are
are
you
rumors
familiar
that
with- are you familiar with
Michael Bay's
Ohio?
doing a movie?
Are you familiar with Ohio as a meme?
Ohio? Oh, Dan teaches me so many things that I don't really want to know, but it comes in handy sometimes.
Word Ohio or the phrase only in Ohio used to describe something weird, bizarre, awkward, or cringeworthy. Basically,
Florida?
it can. Well, it's become to where it can mean anything.
Okay.
Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom. What about that shadowy place? That's Ohio.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good meme.
Yep. Speaking of good memes,
Ooh, bop.
Ooh, bop. We are going to. It's been just about 2 hours now, and I am losing my voice.
We can't do another 2 hours.
We can't do another 2 hours.
Why is this the most important album we've ever talked about?
So, okay, just
yeah. Please, you alluded to something.
80s is coming, right?
Okay, where we're gonna have to have random people show up.
Yeah.
Let's call Nat and May for one of those.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. So why this album matters? It's not a reinvention; it's a reckoning. It's a purge. So we a lot happens after this. It's the final breath of his 80s stuff, or his 70s stuff rather. This is the last time for a while that we see this version of Bowie, but it's also it's an intentional sort of wrapping up of things.
Okay.
And an intentional addressing of things. He's kind of like getting his shit in order in some ways. And I don't know how much of that is knowing where he's going to go. But he does go somewhere else from here. And some of it is good.
Okay.
Just cards on the table. My narrative arc here that I'm developing, and I'm sure I've talked about it, is we have David Bowie, the Space Oddity guy, and then Ziggy Stardust, and then Ziggy Stardust kind of loses it, and he starts taking, I would say, objectively too much cocaine, and then he
what the papers would say is too much cocaine. I love that. Objectively. Well, if you ask a doctor, I suppose it's too much cocaine.
And then that leads to that. And then all through this time, you have Bad Tony doing his Bad Tony stuff. You have Angie doing her Angie stuff. You have the cast of characters, of Mike Garson, he comes and goes. All these people, there's all these different ebbs and flows. We get to this point, Bad Tony's out, Angie's out. He's in a good headspace. He went through his Berlin period where he, had to kind of reinvent himself. And now it's not about reinvention. It's about this is who I am. This is where I've been, and these are some thoughts that I have had that maybe I didn't know how to express for some time.
Okay.
And then, so it's like the arc is this is kind of the end of Act 1, in a sense.
Act 1 of Bowie?
Yeah.
This is one of those where I'm like, when are we supposed to get up and go to B?
Well, Act 2 is coming.
Okay.
And
it better be.
You might take that back because we're going to listen to some real bad stuff.
Well, Act 2 is when all the shit goes down.
Yeah, but
and then 3 is when everybody goes.
Right, but see, here's the thing. Within the 70s, we also have its own 3-act structure where we have the Ziggy period, that's the first act, and then the cocaine era, that's
all
the
that
second
cocaine.
act, all the cocaine. And then we're wrapping up this period, which this is in some ways the end of the third act of like this trilogy of Bowie. But in the big picture, this is the end of the first act of Bowie.
Okay.
And that's just my reading of it. And then we have this next piece, which is hopefully will be funny. I don't know. It's gonna be rough, and it's not gonna be
need some
as
celebrity
long.
guests to help with these.
No,
from what you've said,
my biggest fear, honestly, is that we listen to tonight and you're like, actually, this is the best stuff he's ever done. I really like I don't think that will happen.
Vicky, I remember whatever album that rap song
Never Let Me Down
was. Yeah. She was super into it. I'm like, no, I don't know anything about David Bowie, but that objectively sucks.
But I've also been building a lot of like reference and a lot of historical ideas for why those albums are the way they are. And I think I can make a case for some of them, but they're not good. I mean, there's good moments, but they're not good. And so then that's the second act, and that has its own 3-act structure. And then we get to the third act, which also has its own 3-act structure, and it culminates in Black Star, which is an album that he made while he knew,
like I'm close to death album.
Yeah.
Okay.
And guess what? Major Tom references come back even in that.
Oh no. You mean he's on his deathbed and he's thinking back to his entire career?
Can you imagine?
I can't. Oh wait. No, I totally can.
So it's like and there's so many like personal struggles, and he meets Iman and they fall madly in love. And
Iman, please, just
that's right,
gift
Iman.
us the rights to all of these songs. Please.
So this album is a big deal, not only because it is a big deal in his catalog and
Iman,
fans.
I'm a big fan of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I actually am.
She was
big fan.
She was in 5. She was in the one where they're looking for a spaceship.
Oh, she wasn't
looking for a spaceship.
Who was it? That was the person.
The bald lady.
Yeah,
we've talked about this. It was hold on.
Yeah. Now, oh gosh, I'm losing all my Star Trek cred.
Lady in Star Trek.
I told you she's in.
Kambata.
Persis Kambata. Oh, okay. If you can get the rights from Iman, please do so.
Iman was in 6, the Undiscovered.
Oh,
Country.
that's right, 6, Undiscovered Country. Yeah, she was the shapeshifter. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Still pretty great role.
This album is it's a big deal outside of this podcast, but it is also within the sort of narrative arc of this podcast. This is, again, the sort of end of first act and also end of the first piece of the, let's say, trilogy.
Beep beep.
Beep beep. And there, to be fair, there's some, I'll admit to some very minor tweaking in terms of like, but that's sort of like just documentary stuff of saying like, oh, I see this arc, so I'm going to sort of like play to it a little bit. But that's just making, that's what we do when we make things, right?
Yeah.
So that's why this album is kind of how it is. But it's all real.
It exists.
And I've said from the beginning, my goal is to have everyone weeping with me while we do the Black Star album.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be rewarding. I think it will be.
All right.
Okay. Well, that is the end of our.
That's the end of side
B.
B of 3 sides.
Our triangular album that we are making. I would like to thank our sponsors, Single Writers.
Oh, I can't drag it in.
Do you want to hear another Single Writers?
Yeah, go for a random one. Yeah.
Let's see.
Should I just hold up my phone to the?
No. I have them right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one's really disgusting. Here we go.
Oh, good.
At Single Writers, we stand with every creator celebrating joy in the face of erasure. So when a deaf TikToker shared their excitement about Target's new Deaf Barbie, we took notice.
I'm so excited because someone told me that Target has this new Deaf Barbie.
So you're telling me the rest of them can actually hear? What is this, f***ing Toy Story?
That was Joe the Bearded Nerd, founder of Single Writers, a real dating app for solo park lovers. And yes, he said that. On purpose. On TikTok. With his face in it. But look, it's not just about one bad stitch. It's about a whole generation raised with G. I. Joe instead of emotional literacy. And when you don't get Barbies that look or sound like you, sometimes you turn into the guy who thinks the punchline is the representation. We're not mad. We're just building better toys. Better apps. Better men. Single writers. Representation matters. So does accountability. Now available wherever irony refuses to die.
Now I actually hate him.
Right?
What the fuck, man?
I know. If you want to know more about that,
I don't swear a lot on this show.
If you want to know more about that, you can listen to our other podcast that we're recording tomorrow. It's called what's this called again? Stream Resort. And we will cover I
gotta work on that one.
All right. So until next time, bye. We love you.